Who is he? What do you know about him? What are the stages of Prince Harry's life and the secret of the people's love for him? And today we're diving into some exciting royal news. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, has announced that he's working on a memoir. This is big news in the world of the British royal family, and we're here to give you all the details. But before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest updates. Now, let's jump into it. Part 3. In January 2020, the Duke and Duchess announced that they were stepping back from their role as senior members of the royal family and would balance their time between the United Kingdom and North America. A statement released by the palace confirmed that the Duke and Duchess were to become financially independent and cease to represent the Queen. At the time of the announcement of Harry and Meghan's decision to step back as senior members of the royal family in 2020, 95% of the couple's income derived from the £2.3 million given to them annually by Harry's father, Charles, as part of his income from the Duchy of Cornwall. The couple retain their HRH stylings but are not permitted to use them. The formal role of the Duke and Duchess was subject to a 12-month review period, ending in March 2021. In March 2020, Harry attended the opening of the Silverstone Experience in Silverstone Circuit together with racing driver Lewis Hamilton. Harry's appearance at the museum was his final solo engagement as a senior royal. He and Meghan attended the Commonwealth Day service at Westminster Abbey on the 9th of March 2020, which was their last engagement as a couple before they officially stepped down on the 31st of March. Harry's personal wealth was estimated at £30 million by the Daily Telegraph in 2020. 2 years later, they made their first official appearance in the UK in June 2022 while attending the Platinum Jubilee National Service of Thanksgiving. The Sussexes visited the UK and Germany in September 2022 for a number of charity events in Manchester and Dusseldorf. On the 8th of September 2022, while Harry and Meghan were in London preparing to attend a charity event, Queen Elizabeth II died at Balmoral Castle in Scotland. Prince Harry faced difficulties with obtaining and maintaining publicly funded security, both in Canada and the United Kingdom, after he and the Duchess of Sussex announced their self-demotion within the royal family. While the couple resided on Vancouver Island, the Canadian Taxpayers Federation launched a petition calling for the Royal Canadian Mounted Police to cease providing security to the Sussexes. The Government of Canada announced RCMP security would not be provided after March 2020 when the couple's status changed. A similar petition circulated in the UK in mid-March 2020. The backlash in the two countries led President Donald Trump to preemptively assert that the United States would not pay ETH, though the couple never intended to ask for it while in the US. In January 2022, it was reported that Harry had been in a legal fight since September 2021 over the Home Office's refusal to allow him to pay for police protection. He had made the offer to pay during the Sandringham Summit and self-evidently believed that it would be passed on to the government. Following the first court hearing of the case, it was revealed that Harry had exceptional status and the Royal and VIP Executive Committee still determined his personal protective security on a case-by-case basis. After receiving applications by the Duke and the Home Office to keep parts of the case private, the High Court ruled in March 2022 that some parts of it would remain confidential. Mr. Justice Swift also reacted to the Duke's legal team sending a copy of the ruling to someone who was not a lawyer, describing it as entirely unacceptable. In July 2022, Mr. Justice Swift granted permission for part of Harry's claim to proceed for a judicial review. Harry filed a lawsuit against the Home Office and the Metropolitan Police in August 2022, challenging the decision by RAVEC from January 2022 which stated that state security could not be made available to private individuals even if they wished to pay for it themselves. In February 2023, a judge ruled that the second case should be thrown out. However, the decision was later appealed by Harry's legal team. He lost the legal challenge in May 2023, meaning that he will not be allowed to make private payments for police protection. In June 2023, a Freedom of Information request revealed that Harry's legal fight with the Home Office had cost £502,236 with £492,000 covered by the state, and the remaining £10,000 covered by Harry. In summer 2019, before announcing their decision to step back in January 2020, Harry and his wife were involved in talks with Jeffrey Katzenberg, the founder of the now-defunct streaming platform Quibi, over a possible role in the service without gaining personal profits. But they eventually decided against joining the project. In September 2019, it was reported that the couple had hired New York-based PR firm Sunshine Sachs, which represented them until 2022. The couple has also been associated with Adam Lilling's Plus Capital, a venture capital fund designed to connect early-stage companies with influencers. and investors. In June 2020, they signed with the Harry Walker Agency, owned by media company Endeavour, to conduct paid public speaking engagements. In September 2020, the Sussexes signed a private commercial deal with Netflix. In December 2020, the Duke and Duchess signed a multi-year deal with Spotify to produce and host their own programs through their audio producing company, Archuel Audio. A holiday special was released by the couple on the service in December 2020. In June 2023, Spotify announced they would not proceed with the deal, canceling Archetypes, which had run for a single season of 12 episodes. Harry and Meghan, a docuseries about the Sussexes, was produced by Netflix and the couple's Archuel Productions and premiered on the 8th of December 2022. It is directed by Liz Garbus. The series received mixed reviews. In March 2021, San Francisco-based mental health startup BetterUp, a company that helps people get in contact with coaches or counselors, said that Harry would become its first chief impact officer. In the same month, Harry was appointed as a commissioner for the Aspen Institute's Commission on Information Disorder to carry out a 6-month study on the state of misinformation and disinformation in the United States. The study was published in November 2021 as a report with 15 recommendations. In the following month, in his capacity as BetterUp's chief impact officer, Harry was interviewed by Fast Company, stating that the recent trend of people leaving their jobs was something that needed to be celebrated, though his remarks were criticized for coming from a position of privilege. In April 2022, reports emerged of criticism by the company's coaches over the new metrics placed for evaluating their services, and over the opacity surrounding Harry's actual role in the firm. In April 2019, it was announced that Harry was working as co-creator and executive producer on a documentary series about mental health together with Oprah Winfrey, which was initially set to air in 2020 on Apple TV+. It was later announced that the series, titled The Me You Can't See, would be released on the 21st of May 2021. In the following month, UCAS reported an increase in the percentage of students declaring mental health issues on their university application, citing self-help books and Prince Harry's statements on his struggles with panic attacks and anxiety as contributing factors. In October 2021, Harry and Meghan announced their partnership with Ethic, a sustainable investment firm based in New York City, which also manages the couple's investments. According to state filings from Delaware, where the couple's Archuel Foundation is registered, Harry and Meghan incorporated 11 companies and a trust beginning in early 2020, which include Orinoco Publishing LLC and Pekka Publishing LLC to hold the rights for their books, as well as Cobblestone Lane 100 and IPHW LLC, which are holders of their foundation's logos. In July 2021, it was announced that Harry was set to publish his memoir Spare via Penguin Random House, with Harry reportedly earning an advance of at least $20 million. Spare was ghostwritten by novelist J.R. Mohringer. The memoir is reportedly the first of a 4-book publishing deal that is set to include a second book by Harry and a wellness guide by Meghan. Spare was officially published on the 10th of January 2023 in 16 languages, and it has since become the UK's fastest-selling non-fiction book with 400,000 confirmed sales in all formats on publication day. Harry announced that $1.5 million of the proceeds from the memoir were pledged to the charity Centabale, while £300,000 would be given to Well Child. In 2006, he was in Lesotho to visit Mansays Children's Home near Mohale's Hoek, which he first toured in 2004. Along with Prince Siaizo of Lesotho, he launched Centabale, the Prince's Fund for Lesotho, a charity to aid children orphaned by HIV/AIDS. He has granted his patronage to organizations including Well Child, Dolan Cymru, MAP Action and the London Marathon Charitable Trust. He stepped down from MAP Action in 2019 and the London Marathon Charitable Trust in 2021. In 2007, William and Harry organized the Concert for Diana in memory of their mother, which benefited the charities and patronages of Diana, William, and Harry. In October 2008, Harry and his brother embarked on the 1,000-mile 8-day Enduro Africa motorbike ride across South Africa to raise money for Centabale, UNICEF, and the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund. In September 2009, William and Harry set up the foundation of Prince William and Prince Harry to enable them to take forward their charitable ambitions. Harry left the charity in June 2019, after taking part in an unfinished trip to the North Pole with Walking with the Wounded in 2011. Harry joined the charity's 200-mile expedition to the South Pole in December 2013, accompanying 12 injured servicemen and women from the UK, the US, and the Commonwealth. As patron of Walk of Britain, he walked with the team on the 30th of September and the 20th of October 2015. To raise awareness for HIV testing, Harry took a test live on the Royal Family Facebook page on the 14th of July 2016. He later attended the 21st International AIDS Conference in Durban, South Africa, on the 21st of July 2016. On World AIDS Day, Harry and Rihanna helped publicize HIV testing by taking the test themselves. Since 2016, Harry has been working with Terrence Higgins Trust to raise awareness about HIV and sexual health. In November 2019, to mark the National HIV Testing Week, the Duke interviewed HIV plus rugby player Gareth Thomas on behalf of the Trust. In December 2017, Harry guest-edited BBC Radio 4's Today program, conducting interviews with his father, the Prince of Wales, former U.S. President Barack Obama, and others on issues such as youth violence, the armed forces, mental health, the Commonwealth, conservation, and the environment. On the 27th of December 2017, Harry was officially appointed the new president of African Parks, a conservation and go. He previously spent 3 weeks in Malawi with African Parks, where he joined a team of volunteers and professionals to carry out one of the largest elephant translocations in history. The effort to repopulate areas decimated due to poaching and habitat loss moved 500 elephants from Leeuwin and Majit National Parks to Nkhotakota Wildlife Reserve. Harry had previously helped with relocating rhinos in the Okavango Delta and later became patron of the Rhino Conservation Botswana. In July 2018, the Elton John AIDS Foundation announced that the Duke of Sussex and British singer Elton John were about to launch a global coalition called MenStar that would focus on treating HIV infections in men. In May 2019, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, together with Harry's brother and sister-in-law, launched Shout, the UK's first 24/7 text messaging service for those who suffer from mental issues. In September 2019, the Duke launched Travelist during his visit to the Netherlands after 2 years of development. The initiative is set to encourage sustainable practices in the travel industry and tackle climate change and environmental damage in collaboration with a number of companies, including TripAdvisor, Booking.com, Ctrip, Skyscanner, and Visa Inc. The organization later announced a partnership with Google in 2021. In October 2019, along with other members of the royal family, Harry voiced a Public Health England announcement for the Every Mind Matters mental health program. In February 2020, Harry recorded a new version of the song Unbroken with John Bon Jovi. The new version features backing vocals from members of the Invictus Choir. The song was released on the 27th of March 2020, the proceeds of which were donated to the Invictus Games Foundation. In April 2020, Harry launched a new initiative named HeadFit, a platform designed to provide mental support for members of the armed forces. The initiative was developed mutually by the Royal Foundation's Heads Together campaign, the Ministry of Defence, and King's College London. In June 2020, the Duke and Duchess backed the Stop Hate for Profit campaign and encouraged CEOs of different companies to join the movement. In April 2021, Harry and Meghan were announced as campaign chairs for Vax Live, the concert to reunite the world, an event organized by Global Citizen to increase access to COVID-19 vaccinations. They also announced their support for a vaccine equity fundraiser initiated by the same organization, and penned an open letter to the pharmaceutical industry CEOs urging them to address the vaccine equity crisis. Later that month, he narrated Hope Starts Here, a special video re-released by African Parks to mark the Earth Day, in which he urged organizations and communities to preserve biodiversity and paid tribute to his grandfather Prince Philip for his efforts as a conservationist. He helped with the establishment of Peak Stay, a mental fitness program aimed at providing tools and resources for managing mental health, to which he publicly lent his support in May 2021. Like his mother, Harry has worked with the Halo Trust, an organization that removes debris, particularly landmines, left behind by war. He had previously visited a minefield in Mozambique with the charity, and spent 2 days learning about their work and mine-clearing techniques. In 2013, he was named as patron of the charity's 25th anniversary appeal. In April 2017, he hosted the Landmine-Free 2025 reception at Kensington Palace, during which the UK government announced an increase in its financial support for demining efforts. In 2012, Harry launched Coach Core alongside his brother and sister-in-law, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. The program was set up following the 2012 Olympics and provides apprenticeship opportunities for people who desire to pursue a career as a professional coach. In January 2017, Harry visited the running charity and its partner DePaul UK to highlight the role of sport in helping homeless and vulnerable people. In June 2019, the Duke was present at the launch of Made by Sport, a charity coalition set to raise money to boost sport in disadvantaged communities. In his statement, he lent his support to the charity by arguing that its role in bringing sport into the life of disadvantaged people would save hundreds of millions of pounds towards treating the issues among young people. In June 2019, it was announced that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex would split from the Royal Foundation and establish their own charity foundation by the end of 2019. Nevertheless, the couple would collaborate with Harry's brother and his wife on mutual projects, such as the mental health initiative Heads Together. In July 2019, Harry and Meghan's new charity was registered in England and Wales under the title Sussex Royal, the Foundation of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. On the 21st of February, it was confirmed that Sussex Royal would not be used as a brand name for the couple following their withdrawal from public life. On the 5th of August 2020, Sussex Royal Foundation was renamed MWX Foundation and dissolved the same day. In March 2021, it was reported that the Charity Commission for England and Wales was conducting a review of the Sussex Royal Organisation in a regulatory and compliance case regarding its conduct under charity law during dissolution. Representatives for the couple claimed that Sussex Royal was managed by a board of trustees, and that suggestion of mismanagement directed exclusively at the Duke and Duchess would be incorrect. The commission later concluded that the foundation did not act unlawfully, but criticized the board of directors for expending a substantial proportion of funds to setting up and closing the charity. In April 2020, Meghan and Harry confirmed their new foundation would be called Archuel. The name stems from the Greek word archi, which means source of action, the same word that inspired the name of their son. Archuel was registered in the United States. Its website was officially launched in October 2020. After his marriage, Harry's popularity skyrocketed above all the other royals as he was deemed likable by 77% of respondents in a poll of 3,600 Britons conducted by statistics and polling company YouGov. However, his popularity fell after stepping back from royal duty, and it plummeted after the release of his controversial interview with Oprah Winfrey, his Netflix docuseries, and his memoir. In December 2022, Harry was found to be the third most disliked member of the British royal family by YouGov, preceded by his uncle Prince Andrew and his wife Meghan. Writing for the New York Times, Sarah Lyall noted that following the release of his memoir, Harry and his wife lost support within segments of the American public and press. It has been suggested by critics that this fall from public esteem is due to Harry and Meghan's frequent attempts to achieve ongoing relevancy, and their perceived hypocrisy and selfishness. Harry and Meghan's exit from the royal family was satirized in a 2023 episode of South Park. In 2018 and 2021, Harry was selected as one of the 100 most influential people in the world by Time magazine. In 2019, the magazine named Harry and his wife as among the 25 most influential people on the internet. In 2021, the couple was featured on one of the magazine's 7 worldwide Time 100 covers. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep exploring the world's incredible stories. I stop at this point today. I hope I added something to you. Thank you for watching.